Hello Dark Souls 2 fans, and welcome back to another PvP video. I am the Methodical Gamer, and this time we are taking a look at the Dragonrider Twinblade. A difficult weapon to use, but when mastered, this Twinblade could arguably be the best in its class. Let's take a look at the stats I've chosen for this build to complement the weapon best. Like most of my builds, I cap at soul level 150 and 2 million soul memory. Twinblades are all about combining attacks together, so you're going to need a high endurance in your build. Base stat requirements for the Dragonrider Twinblade are 20 strength and 22 dexterity. Therefore, that is all I need for this build. The Dragonrider Twinblade scales with strength, dexterity, and intelligence, so I leveled my intelligence up to 35. This is past the 28 required for Crystal Magic Weapon, which is what I use to increase magic damage even further. This is also why my Dragonrider Twinblade is uninfused. I balanced the magic damage with the Ring of Blades +2 and Flynn's Ring equipped to this build. Most guides will tell you to either infuse with magic for higher DPS or poison for the consecutive attacks in the moveset. Both of these are wrong, due to opponents using both Great Magic Barrier and having armor that defends with high magic resistance. This will result in actual in-game damage being below the estimated DPS. I would not recommend Poison Infusement because, as the description of the weapon states, this Twinblade is not about consecutive attacks, but rather mastering the timing and spacing of this weapon's moveset in order to outmaneuver your opponents. Before we go any further and start talking about game mechanics with the movesets, I want to give you guys a taste of what this Twinblade can actually do in-game. Like I was saying about timing and spacing, if you master concepts of these ideas, you can fool your opponent into moving right in line of your combos you have set up. Playing with this Twinblade has been fun for that reason alone. If you practice with this weapon, I guarantee you'll pick up on several important game mechanics along the way. In the next clip, we're going to talk about the moveset of the Twinblade and how I utilize it best. First up, we have the traditional R1 Twinblade moveset. Very generic, but this is what you should expect to stun lock your opponents with. Next is the roll R1, which is best used to counter an opponent's R1. The backstep R1 is nice, but it's not too useful unless you use it after an animation cancel. Your one-handed R1s are your bread and butter. Why? Let's take a look compared to the one-handed R2s. R1s are for attacking at the end of an opponent's animation, R2s are for attacking before to catch them at the end. The last of the traditional attacks is the roll R1. That's a good moveset, but can be even better if used properly. Wait until the last moment of the recovery animation to activate the R1. This slight delay always throws an opponent off in PvP. Let's take one more look at the two-handed R2 attack, and I'll come back to that in a second. If you use the first R2 to bait your opponent, the second R2 will devastate them. Coming back from Bloodborne, I have some new mechanics in mind. In Bloodborne, you can sprint R2, and this Twinblade has this feature. So I am newly naming this combo a pseudo attack. This goes with our theme of timing, and compared to the R1 sprint, this is very deceptive. In this fight, we are facing an opponent who's using a Fume Knight Ultra Greatsword. The Fume Knight Ultra Greatsword is my personal favorite of the Ultra Greatsword class type. This is due to the fact that Greatsword doubles as a shield during the high frames of the attack animation. The only downfall I've noticed to the Fume Knight Ultra Greatsword is the predictability of the moveset. I talked with this guy after the fight. He's an awesome dude with a great attitude towards the game. GG man, enjoyed your build, love this fight. I wanted to throw this next in the video for two reasons. First off, some people are still doing this in the arena. They think that they're really sneaking up on you. And the second reason is to show you the actual damage from a combo while infused with Crystal Magic Weapon. You'll get over 1,000 damage easy. This fight was an interesting one. We both start out by playing extremely safe and not taking any opportunities to not trade off in the very beginning. And he's really good not to fall for one of my cancel animation backstep R1s, I've noticed. Eventually in the fight he pulls off a really nice parry on me. And then I do a quick taunt after I stand back up. And by the end of the fight I'm able to psych him out by throwing him off, by changing his timing, by switching up my R1s and R2s. So I have this habit of talking to all my opponents after I fight them. It gives my mind a minute to refresh and recover when I'm really serious about winning a lot of my PvP matches. And sometimes I learn a lot by talking to opponents after I fight them. They sometimes know tips and tricks that I don't know. For the life of me, I could not figure out why, but this guy was really sorry about something. He was throwing the pebbles at the beginning and he sent it to me in every message. You may have noticed he's power stancing with the ice rapier, which is very smart. That's actually what I do for my competitive build. It allows several movesets to choose from mid-fight. You have the 3-hit R1 combo attack, and then you have the katana-like power stance to go between. And then on top of that, you have the projectile R2. Minus the Havel Helm, I give this build an A+ for being very well thought out, so congrats and GG. Last but certainly not least, this funny guy gestures but quickly moves at the sight of my crystal magic weapon. This was one of my first PvP matches using this weapon, so I made the mistake of maintaining target lock after rolling past my opponent. I did get punished, but not as bad as it could have been. So that is the last lesson of the video. Guys, as always, thanks for watching the video. Please support my channel by hitting that like and subscribe button if you already haven't. And I ask that you share this video with a friend who has never seen one of my videos before. Again, I'm truly grateful for you guys watching my content, so remember to play smart and keep on winning. I'll see you next time.